Assalamu alaikum. I am Hunaina Basir, your science teacher. I hope you all are fine and happy. We have started online classes for you. Inshallah, it will be beneficial for you. Your cooperation is highly required. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Today we will start lesson 6 Mixing Matter. So, the meaning of mixing is to dissolve something. And what we have to dissolve is matter. Now, what is this matter? Matter is anything that has weight and takes space. It is called matter, such as we say salt, any bottle, any chair, or we human. We are also a form of matter because we have weight and we also take space. In this unit, we read about the mixing of the matter, that how the forms of matter dissolves with each other, such as how can solid dissolve in a solid, how can liquid dissolve in a solid. First, we will start from the reading. Take a glass of water and add a spoonful of salt. Stir the water and salt. After stirring, you cannot see salt at the bottom because it has dissolved in water. Now add a spoonful of sand to the water. Stir the water. What do you notice? The sand particles are still settled at the bottom of the glass. It means that sand cannot dissolve in water. Explanation. We have given two situations. In one, we have salt and the water. When we dissolve salt in the water, what happens? Salt mixes in the water and give us a salty solution. And in the next situation, we have two things. First is sand and another one is water. When we dissolve sand within the water, it cannot mix within the water. Why? Because sand particles are heavier and they will not dissolve in the water. Hence, the sand particles settled at the bottom of the glass or any container. So, we have two solutions. One is a salty solution, but another one, sand and water, as they are not mixed with each other, so it is not a solution. Only we have a salty solution. Solution, solvent and solute. Reading. When we dissolve a spoon of sugar in a cup of tea, we make a solution. A solution is a mixture of two or more substances. Tea is a solvent that dissolves sugar. A solvent is always greater in quantity. Sugar is called a solute that is dissolved in tea. A solute is always less in quantity. Scientists say that seawater is salty. Do you think salt grains can float in the sea? If you think they cannot, why? Explanation. So we have three new terms: solution, solvent and solute. Solution is formed by solvent and solute. So what is a solvent? Solvent is a part of solution which is always greater in quantity. The example of solvent is water. Water is a universal solvent. It is used everywhere in every solution as a solvent. Now, what is solute? Solute is a part of solution that is always less in quantity. For example, sugar, tea, salt, they all are examples of solute. When solute and solvent combine together, they give us a solution. For example, in a solution of tea, we have tea in a small quantity and water in the large quantity. When we dissolve the tea in a water, what we have a solution of tea. Same as it is in a salty solution. Salt is a solute. Why? Because it is small in quantity. And water is a solvent because it is larger in quantity. When we dissolve them, we formed a solution called salty solution.
Hey Jimmy, what are you doing dressed like this?
Ha ha! Today I am a magician and I will show you some magic tricks. Look at this water. I am going to perform my magic. Abracadabra! Abracadabra! Now this is magical water. It will vanish anything that I mix in it. See what happens when I add salt to it. The salt vanished.
Now vanish this. Can I tell you something? The salt has not vanished. It only got dissolved in water. When salt is mixed in water, its particles separate and go in between the particles of water.
See? The same happens when I mix sugar in water. It dissolves.
You are right. When the sugar has dissolved into the water, it forms a sugar solution. See, we take water. It is a solvent.
So the medium in which another thing is mixed is called a solvent.
Yes, you are right. Look at this green powder. It is the solute. The solute is added to the solvent.
Then we mix it.
Yes, you made a solution. In our sugar solution, sugar is the solute and water is the solvent.
So, a solution is a mixture of solvent and solute.
Absolutely right, Jimmy. You are a genius boy. Now let's try making another solution.
This time I will try sand in water. Okay, let's try again. Why is this not making a solution?
Because not all solutes will mix with the solvent.
When I make sandcastles on the beach, the wave comes and the sand from my castle mixes with it.
Yes, Jimmy, but that does not mean sand dissolves in water. The waves just wash it away. Solutes can be different. Some are water-loving. They will mix in water very fast. But there are others who do not like water. They are water-fearing. If the solute is water-loving and it dissolves, then it is soluble.
Like salt and sugar.
But if the solute is water-fearing and does not dissolve, then it is insoluble, like we just saw sand. Last time when we were playing on the beach, I forgot to finish my lemonade. Do you remember what happened?
What? Someone drank it?
Oh, no one drank it. The water evaporated and only sugar was left in the glass.
I know what this means. We can separate the solute and the solvent from the solution.
Absolutely right.
I am going to make this sugar solution sweeter. See, I am mixing it and the sugar dissolves. If I mix some more, it dissolves again.
Mixing helps in making a solution. Let's think of some more ways that may help in dissolving the solute.
I told the first one, mixing.
When I want to have more lemonade, I need to add more water as well as sugar and lemon juice. So I think the next factor is quantity of solvent.
Mom heats my milk before mixing sugar in it. I think sugar dissolves very fast like that. So the next is heating.
Do you remember Aunt Polly who makes those yummy jams and jellies? She keeps a solution for hours and hours and keeps adding more sugar till the jam is ready. I am sure time also helps.
Let's find out more things which are water loving and water fearing.
Sure, come, let's try.
I will pick the soluble.
And I will find the insolubles.
Sugar is soluble.
Sand is insoluble.
Salt, soluble.
White pepper is insoluble.
Milk powder, soluble.
Nuts and screws, insoluble.
Coffee powder, soluble.
Oil, insoluble. It will float in water.
Soil, soluble.
Paper, insoluble.
That was so much fun.
Liquid solutions. Reading. A liquid can also be mixed in another liquid. For example, we can mix water in milk. Ink can also be dissolved in water. You can also mix fruit juice with water. Ink can also be dissolved in water. Add a spoonful of oil to a glass of water. Mix it by stirring. You will see that oil is floating on the water surface. Explanation. Liquid solution means that in this solution, both solute and solvent are in the form of liquid. It's such as if we see the example of salty solution, what happened in this solution? Salt is a solid, but water is a liquid. So we have the solution of solid and liquid. But in the liquid solution, we have solute and solvent. Both are in liquid form. Such as when we join milk and water. So milk is a liquid as well as water is also a liquid. When we join together, we have a milky solution. We have some other examples of liquid solutions such as when we mix fruit juice with the water, it is also a liquid solution. But not all the liquid solution can mix with each other, such as oil. When we dissolve oil within the water, what happens? Oil will not dissolve in the water. Its particles come upwards. It do not dissolve in the water. Mixing liquid and solids. Reading. Have you ever tried making a mixture of liquids and solids? You can do it by mixing flour and water together. Explanation. So, we can also mix liquid and solids together. Example, flour is a solid and water is a liquid. When we mix flour in the water, we get a mixture because mixture is always thick. Another example of the mixture is the batter of cake. For example, when we make the cake, what we do first, we add the oil, egg, sugar, milk, chocolate powder. These all things are forming the mixture. Why? What is the mixture? Mixture is anything in which two or more solids combine together.